Looking at pound New Zealand here on the weekly time frame, I think it's interesting to see the weekly bar lining up here and the possible rejection of the low here at 167.05. So to me, if we can get an outside bar here or close a little bit higher than last week's high, looks like we could be sailing to the upside as we're rejecting this low down here. On the daily time frame, this is kind of what it looks like here as well. So again, it's at 17481 is what we're looking at as far as price pushing up above that point. Once it does push above that point, then I'm thinking that we could easily soar into a higher realms here, and possibly this could be a trend reversal in the grand scheme of things. So got to wait patiently for that to happen, but so far price action looks good for that type of play to go on here. Looking down at the 4-hour time frame, again here on the pound New Zealand, we saw price rejecting the high from last week, and I think it could come back down here to the 71.84 area down to 78 area, and as price fails to do something down there, then we could see a continued push to the upside. But be looking at this pullback here over the next few hours to maybe a couple days, and then hopefully we could break it to the upside. Looking here at the euro pound, you can see that we've been in an uptrend for the past year. We've gotten this pullback to this brown zone, and it tried to rally out of here, but it has come back down and is hitting on a trend line that we have drawn on a daily time frame here. So again, this chocolate zone here from 86.27 down to 82.42 on the weekly time frame is where some really good demand is. Now this is a real pivotal spot for me, and the reason being is it's kind of like a retesting previous highs or previous lows, retesting extremes. This is where we say is something new going to be happening here. Okay, so as we look down into the daily time frame, we really need to see where this is all lining up here, and surprise, surprise, this trend line is actually lining up on a zone, and you can see multiple bounces off of this zone. Now, if we can really break this zone, I think we could break the lows down below here. And again, this would be all inside the weekly time frame, so possibly we could see a push to the downside here this week, but we have been ranging around here for the past several days in between 86.26 and 85.11. So this is a real pivotal spot for me. I recommend playing the extremes of the range, whichever way you think it should go. Personally speaking, I don't have a good read on this one right now, just because we're kind of in the middle of the range and we're retesting that slope. Personally, I would like it to continue to go up, but I'm okay with this market going down too. We just have to manage our risk, and if you're going to be taking the short, be looking to take the short off the daily level up there, or the long, which could be a nice little trend line to trend line bounce like what we're having right now. So basically trying to play the extremes of the range, I think, is the smart way to go about this. Because there's been so many bounces on the trend line, technically speaking, I think that this thing is going to break to the downside. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to have happen. So we'll just draw a little arrow to the downside here. Overall, I would like to see this market rally, but technically speaking, this is what we're looking at right now. I just think that trend line's getting weak. The zone's been hit a few times now, so I think we can crash down here into the lows. Looking at the 4-hour time frame here, we have the high zone, if you will, the chocolate zone up above us. That's the extreme of the area here, that chocolate zone, and then we have the extreme down here. So we're just kind of bouncing back and forth. We have a nice little continuation zone that was formed here from 85.31 up to 85.52. So this means that this consolidation zone, or continuation zone, excuse me, I think we could start to see the push coming out of this level in the what I feel is the new trend direction to the downside. we do have that trend line that price has been bouncing off of a few times here, so we want to make sure that price gives that some love, and that price is really going to tell us that it's going to turn around here in this continuation zone and not come back up here to the highs of the range.